Have you ever found yourself standing in line at your local Wells Fargo branch, cash from your international trip in hand, only to be told, "Sorry, we don't handle that anymore"? You might be holding Iraqi dinars from your latest trip or Vietnamese dong from a business trip, thinking the exchange will be simple today in 2025. Many Americans and international travelers are shocked to learn just how much Wells Fargo's foreign currency and international banking services have changed. This news could directly impact how you handle your Iraqi dinars, Vietnamese dong, or any international transfers you plan to make. In this video, we'll cover everything you need to know to avoid unnecessary fees, make smarter financial choices, and understand exactly what Wells Fargo does and doesn't offer for international currency today. If you're planning travel, sending money overseas, or handling multiple currencies, this information is critical to saving time, avoiding costly surprises, and managing your money efficiently. Let's start with the burning question: can you exchange Iraqi dinars, IQD, or Vietnamese dong, VND, at Wells Fargo today? The short answer may surprise you. For most everyday customers, Wells Fargo no longer offers foreign currency exchange services at their branches. This policy change has been in effect for several years, reflecting a broader shift among U.S. banks that are cutting back on in-person currency services. Previously, you could walk into a branch with cash from your travels and exchange it for U.S. dollars or other popular currencies like euros, pounds, or yen. Unfortunately, this convenience has largely disappeared, especially for less commonly traded currencies such as Iraqi dinars or Vietnamese dong. Most retail customers will now need to look for specialized services or alternative financial institutions to handle these currencies. Understanding this shift is vital to avoiding the frustration of walking into a branch expecting a simple exchange, only to leave empty-handed. However, there is a caveat that many people don't realize. Wells Fargo still offers foreign currency services, but only for premier or private bank customers, those with significant account balances, usually over $250,000. These customers can order foreign currency online or by phone, and they have the option to pick it up at select branches or even have it delivered to their home. For ordinary account holders, this means your options are limited, unless you're willing to upgrade to a higher-tier banking relationship. If you frequently deal with currencies like Iraqi dinars or Vietnamese dong, or if you regularly need foreign currency for international business or travel, this distinction can make a huge difference. Planning ahead and knowing which services are available can help you avoid unnecessary fees and wasted time at the branch. It also means that if you rely on Wells Fargo for foreign currency, your strategy will need to change. While branch-based currency exchange is limited, Wells Fargo continues to support international wire transfers, which remain one of their most robust services. You can send money to over 200 countries worldwide, including Iraq and Vietnam, but it's essential to know the process, the costs, and the limitations. Setting up a wire transfer requires complete recipient information, including bank name, address, account numbers, and SPUP/EFT or IBAN codes. Fees for online wire generate from 15 to 30 whereas in branch or phone-initiated wires can cost 45 or more. Keep in mind that the recipient bank may also charge its own fees, and the time it takes for money to arrive varies by country. Some countries receive wires faster than others. European and major Asian markets are generally quicker, whereas transfers to Iraq or Vietnam may take several business days. For those sending larger sums of Iraqi dinars or Vietnamese dong, understanding these fees and timing is critical to avoid unexpected delays or higher costs. Wells Fargo also offers an international transfer option called Global Remit, their partnership with Western Union. This service is designed to provide lower fees compared to traditional wire transfers, particularly for smaller amounts. However, exchange rates can be less favorable than what you might find using other financial services. For example, if you're sending Iraqi dinars or Vietnamese dong, you might save on fees with Global Remit, but could end up losing money in the exchange process. It's always important to calculate the total cost, including both fees and exchange rate margins, before deciding on a transfer method. For frequent international transfers, particularly for currencies like IQ or VND, comparing Wells Fargo's options with alternatives can prevent unnecessary financial loss. In many cases, specialized online services might offer better overall value. For travelers carrying Iraqi dinars or Vietnamese dong, Wells Fargo's participation in the Global ATM Alliance can be a helpful tool. This network allows you to access partner ATMs in many countries while avoiding Wells Fargo's typical ATM fees. In Europe, partner banks like Barclays, BNP Paribas, or Deutsche Bank make withdrawing cash abroad more convenient. In Asia and Oceania, partners such as Westpac in Australia and New Zealand provide similar benefits. However, it's important to note that even with these partnerships, most Wells Fargo accounts still charge a foreign transaction fee, usually around 3% per transaction. Debit and credit card fees vary, so understanding your card's terms is essential. For instance, the Wells Fargo Propel card doesn't charge foreign transaction fees, but most basic credit cards still do. Knowing this can save you a lot of money if you plan to use your cards for purchases or cash withdrawals in Iraq or Vietnam. Before traveling internationally, one of the most crucial steps is to notify Wells Fargo of your travel plans. Without a travel notice, your account may be flagged for suspicious activity, potentially blocking your debit or credit cards. Travel notices can be set up online, via the mobile app, or by calling customer service. While this process is simple, it's often overlooked by travelers, causing frustration at ATMs or stores abroad. Additionally, using the Wells Fargo mobile app internationally allows you to monitor balances, transfer money, and manage accounts wherever you have internet access. This is particularly useful for tracking international transactions in real time. Having mobile banking set up before you leave the US ensures that you can respond quickly to any issues with IQD, VND, or other international transactions. Despite some helpful features, there are services that Wells Fargo does not offer, which often surprises customers. For example, multi-currency accounts, which allow you to hold balances in multiple currencies, are not available for regular customers. Similarly, Wells Fargo no longer provides foreign currency checks, drafts, or currency hedging services for small businesses. This means that if you are a business owner dealing with international payments in Iraqi dinars or Vietnamese dong, you will need to explore other solutions. Many small businesses turn to online platforms like Wise or specialized money transfer services to manage international transactions more cost-effectively. For retail customers, this means understanding Wells Fargo's limitations is just as important as knowing what they can still do. There are several alternatives worth considering for foreign currency needs. AA, for instance, often offers currency exchange for members at rates better than airports. Local credit unions may still provide access to foreign currencies like IQD or VND. Online platforms, including TravelX, allow you to order currency for home delivery or pickup. For international money transfers, Wise, formerly TransferWise, is widely praised for offering competitive exchange rates and lower fees than traditional banks. Western Union and MoneyGram are other options, though fees may vary. Understanding the trade-offs between convenience, fees, and exchange rates will help you make smarter decisions for sending money overseas or obtaining physical currency. For those planning international travel, the practical advice is clear: obtain foreign currency before you leave. Relying on Wells Fargo to provide Iraqi dinars or Vietnamese dong upon arrival or return is no longer realistic for most customers. Keep thorough documentation of all international transactions, including receipts and confirmation numbers, to resolve potential issues efficiently. Setting up online banking and ensuring mobile app access before traveling will help you monitor and manage your accounts across time zones. Many travelers find it useful to maintain accounts at multiple banks, selecting institutions that offer the best international features alongside their primary U.S. bank. If your needs include frequent international transfers or business transactions, consider opening a second account with a bank specializing in global services. This doesn't mean moving all your banking. It simply gives you flexibility and access to better currency options, lower fees, and faster transfer times. For instance, banks like Charles Schwab reimburse ATM fees worldwide and don't charge foreign transaction fees. Capital One is also known for offering cards with no foreign transaction fees, making them ideal for travelers dealing in currencies like IQD or VND. Comparing these alternatives with Wells Fargo's offerings ensures you maximize value and convenience. It's important to highlight the exchange rate costs involved in Wells Fargo's international wires. Banks typically add a margin to the mid-market exchange rate to earn revenue, and Wells Fargo is no exception. This margin is often higher than what specialized money transfer services charge. For someone sending Iraqi dinars or Vietnamese dong, this can make a noticeable difference in total costs. When combined with wire fees, the total expense may exceed what alternative services would charge. Planning transfers in advance and comparing options can result in significant savings, particularly for recurring payments or large transfers. Another consideration is the speed of transfers. While some countries may receive wires within 1 or 2 business days, others, including Iraq or Vietnam, might take the full 5-day window. Understanding this timing is essential if your transactions are time-sensitive. Additionally, customer service for international transactions can sometimes be limited. While Wells Fargo representatives are knowledgeable, the reduced scope of foreign currency services can restrict their ability to resolve complex issues. Being proactive and using online tracking tools will help you avoid surprises. Students studying abroad or working internationally may face unique challenges. While Wells Fargo partners with certain banks for study abroad programs, fees and limitations may make other banks more attractive. For those needing to send or receive money frequently, online solutions or international friendly accounts may offer more flexibility. Being aware of the limitations and planning accordingly will help ensure your financial activities abroad are smooth and predictable. For business owners, Wells Fargo's international services may not meet all your needs. Large corporate clients may have access to hedging and other currency management tools, but smaller businesses often lack these benefits. Alternative financial services are often better suited for managing risk, fees, and exchange rates. Understanding these gaps in service is crucial to avoid financial losses or delays in international transactions. Planning your banking strategy carefully will help mitigate the challenges associated with IQD or VND transfers. In conclusion, Wells Fargo has significantly scaled back foreign currency services, including the exchange of Iraqi dinars and Vietnamese dong for most retail customers. While they continue to offer international wire transfers, their fees and exchange rate margins may not be competitive with specialized money transfer services. Premier customers retain access to currency exchange, but for most individuals, planning ahead and exploring alternatives is key. Using partner ATMs, understanding card fees, and leveraging online platforms will help you save money and manage international transactions efficiently. Awareness, planning, and strategic use of multiple financial institutions are essential for avoiding unnecessary fees and maximizing convenience. Even though Wells Fargo is no longer the go-to option for foreign currency, it can still play a central role in your international financial strategy. By combining Wells Fargo's core banking services with alternative solutions for currency exchange and money transfers, you can create a system that is both cost-effective and reliable. Whether sending Iraqi dinars to family, receiving Vietnamese dong for business, or traveling abroad, understanding the full landscape of options will give you confidence and control over your money. Proper planning ensures you avoid surprises, reduce fees, and make international banking work for you rather than against you.